Good morning, viewers, and welcome to the show. It's a Saturday morning, and we are here once again, back from Lomé, to be specific, Stade Kege, where we bring you live commentary on Joy 99.7, on Asempa, Adum, Inshira, Love FM in Kumasi. And you hear what happened. Kwesi Appiah. Kwesi Appiah. Kwesi Appiah. He has been sacked. What is the reason behind his sacking? Will be revealed today. When we saw Milovan arrive, Milo, we saw him in Egypt. He was monitoring us. We didn't understand. We said it here that Milo is coming back. People doubted it. People said a whole lot of things. These are speculations. These are this. When we say it, it happens. Before the game, we said it on radio that if Kwesi Appiah should even win 10-0, 20-0, 40-0, they are going to sack him. We broke the news that he has been sacked. Management members came on radio. We don't know. It is not true. Why is Ibrahim Sanidara? Sanidara, why is he? Yesterday, he wasn't picking his calls. He wasn't talking to anybody. He can't confirm. If he had spoken yesterday, the only thing that he would deny. He would have denied the story, saying that it wasn't true. Yes. Because where the story came from, he doesn't have any idea. But we said it, that Kwesi Appiah has been sacked. Do you know why? When we came back from Brazil, Kwesi Appiah quickly extended his contract without consulting the executive committee members. We come back from a tournament. People are talking about the coach, whether he should go, whether he should stay. Then quickly the president of Ghana Football Association, an intelligent guy, quickly extended Kwesi's contract to another 2 years to qualify us to Morocco 2015. Because he saw the signals on the wall that Kwesi will be fired. And after the World Cup, if he is fired, he gains nothing. He goes home with nothing. So, he quickly extended the contract. 2 years. And so, if you terminate his appointment, you are going to compensate Kwesi Appiah. When you calculate, because he needs to play all the qualifiers, his salary for 4 months, the man on paper is being paid $38,500 and something dollars. But what comes to him is $20,000. Find out. Yes, you will not believe it. That 4 months will be calculated and paid. Then the qualifiers that he's playing will be calculated. Winning bonuses, appearance fee to Morocco 15. Because if you had not sacked him, he can tell you that he was going to win AFCON 2015 in January. So that judgment debt comes back to Ghana. Oh, poor Ghana. We need to raise over 878 plus. Listen very well. 878 plus to pay for Kwesi Appiah's termination of contract. You see? When the contract was extended, people were asking questions. Who extended his contract? Executive committee members came out, they said they didn't know anything. It's the same Kwesi Nyantechi. Why? Kwesi Nyantechi. Why? For that period. So if Kwesi Appiah is going, my brothers and sisters, when they met with him yesterday, he says, I'm not taking the 4 months of $100,000 US. Never. He's not stupid. Excuse my language this morning. The man is not stupid to take 100,000 US dollars. Ghana is going to, cough up, they will cough out over 800 and something thousand dollars to pay Kwesi off. And will that money only come to him? This is Ghana football for you. The man who extended his contract immediately we came from Brazil should tell you that there is something going. We said it here. The signs were on the wall. We went to Togo, we beat Togo, and a whole technical bench rushed because that was their litmus test. But I said it. Whether Kwesi should beat Togo 3-2, 4-0, 8-1, he's going. Kwesi, his tactical philosophy. In Togo, can you imagine the day Ayew joined him on the bench to coach the team? The day Ayew. It took the fourth official to come and sit the young man down because Kwesi wasn't seeing anything on the pitch. Nothing seems to work for Kwesi. Tactically, the Togolese were better. They were piling pressure. So it took the young Dede to come out of the bench to tell his younger brother, let's play this way. And people were asking questions. This is Ghana FA for you. Ghana FA. Now, they are going to dissolve the backroom staff. And the only remaining soldier we hear will be Maxwell Kunedu. Because if a new coach comes in, he needs to tell him A must play, B must stay, D must go. Ghana, here we come. Ghana, we are going to hoop. I don't know why we are wasting money and nobody is talking about it. Nobody is talking about it. But greetings to all our friends who helped out us on Wednesday to bring you live commentary. We'll be talking to some of them. They've showed, the multimedia team, we always speak the truth. So you stick and stay to the dial. There are more revelations after government paying 1.7 million to ex-players. Certain names have cropped up. And some ex-players are not happy. Why? Give the money to those who were in 63, 65, 78, 82. And it turns out to be a problem. It turns out to be a problem. This morning, this is the way we'll start the show. Let me go for my first commercial break. And when we come back, we'll go straight to action. Welcome back from that commercial break, and I know everybody's seated in Tamale and everywhere in the Volta region when we go to Appiah, and I think that they are watching, especially the immigration officer Ochimai and my own brother Richmond also watching. But we'll look at Kwesi Appiah. Some are saying that he made that blip, but he even went all out. You see, that should tell you something, and something is happening in the Ghana Football Association. Kwesi Appiah comes up to say he doesn't need a technical director. To the shock of everybody. And we reported that Kwesi Appiah had been sacked. What is Sanidara to reply to this? And they were calling him yesterday, radio stations, nobody could get to him. Because the only thing that you come up to say is either it is not true. Executive committee members didn't know that Kwesi Appiah has been sacked and that it was speculative. We are here to tell you the stories. We will be fair. We won't take sides. We will not attack personalities. We will deal with the issues. Come back from the World Cup, quickly somebody extends Kwesi Appiah's contract. And we are going to cough out government. Because this is a FIFA issue, and if we don't take time, Kwesi Appiah can send us to FIFA, and we will surely pay. You extended his contract, June, July, August, September, you terminate his contract. You pay. You think you're going to pay the 4 months salary of 100,000 US dollars, the man is not going to take it. They should tell you that there are some certain quote mafias somewhere. Let me go onto the phone lines and speak to one technical director, a football legend, part of 1978 group, spokesperson of the Retired National Footballers Association of Ghana, in the person of Willie Kruche. Willie, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I hear you are not a happy man because you hear Kwesi Appiah has been sacked and you think that it's one of your own and he has been treated unfairly. What is your reaction to this?
Thank you, Tony. Up to today, the whole issue is not clear. And you being one of the good journalists in town, I want to know from you.
Yeah.
Has Kwesi Appiah received any letter from the FA?
Yes, yesterday there was a meeting between his lawyers and FA, and they tendered in the letter to him officially. After the speculations, when he heard it on radio, he had no letter then, and he couldn't speak to it. But yesterday, officially confirmed he's been given the letter.
Okay. So now it's officially that he has been sacked. Is that also?
Yeah, he has been sacked.
Okay. Did they give any reason why he's been sacked?
The reason is that there's a mutual agreement that they want to terminate his contract. A mutual agreement.
Oh, okay. All right. It's up to now, it's not too clear to me the reasons why the FA or is the ministry, because from one of our journalists, Carl Tufo,
right,
according to him, he said the FA people are telling him that it's the ministry who said they should sack Kwesi Appiah. I don't know whether it is true.
Yeah, Willie, it's either the ministry or the FA. At the end of the day, the contract has been terminated.
No, Tony, you know why I'm saying this?
No.
Because I heard the minister yesterday saying that it was a good decision. And I want to plead with the minister that he is the minister for youth and sports. He shouldn't get himself involved or try and bring government into these things. Whilst the FA sometimes says that government sometimes interfere into their job. And sometimes they write to FIFA trying to complain that there is interference in this. When Elvis came to the office, we had a meeting with him, and I told him that in this ministry, he should be very careful when he's dealing with football issues, because it's very, very dangerous if he's trying to, focus his energy into football and neglect the other sports. And he told us that, especially me, that before he was coming into the ministry, a lot of people told him things about the ministry and how things are done over there, that he wants to see it himself. And he saw it. At the end of the day, I went there back, and I told you that when we came here, I told you that be careful the way you talk about football issues in this country, in this ministry. And you said you want to see it yourself. Have you seen it now? I want to send this word again to the current Minister of Youth and Sports. He should be very careful the way he talks about football in this country. If the thing doesn't concern him, he has the right to keep quiet and let things happen the way it is.
Mr. Willie Kruche, yes, if you are saying that, who pays for the appointment of the coach, but who pays Kwesi Appiah?
You see, the FA people have made us to understand that the government pays for everything.
Yeah.
The government don't have any right to tell them how they should run the FA. They have made it clear. And FIFA has won and suspended a lot of countries because they pay the bills and they want to interfere into Ghana, into their various FAs.
Okay.
It's clear. Don't tell me you don't know this.
I know.
So if they are saying, the FA are saying that they have extended the contract of Kwesi Appiah for 2 years, and they are saying that it's the ministry who is telling them to get rid of Kwesi Appiah, is that not interference? Is that not interference? Or as for this, it's not interference. They are calling them to the commission. They should tell us that it's interference when they start to ask them some questions. They should tell us that one is interference. That's what I'm telling the minister. He should keep quiet because this is Ghana football for you. When it's good for them, it's interference. If it's not good, if it's good for them, it's not interference. If it's not good for them, it's an interference. So they have taken the decision. There is nothing we can do. But I'm telling the coaches in this country, the coaches association, those who were part of this crusade that get rid of Kwesi Appiah.
Kwesi Appiah.
They are finished in this country.
Oh,
because
when you say they are finished, what do you mean?
Who are they? No, none of them will get the opportunity to coach our national team because one of the issues that the current Black Star players or Black Star players who live outside this country don't respect black coaches, especially the Ghanaian coaches.
Okay.
So if they are not able to rally behind Kwesi Appiah to defend him, and they know how the coach's job is, and they can't say anything, all of them they are quiet. That is their last law. They will never get it again. Because there is the fact will be established that there is no way any Ghanaian coach will coach the Ghana Black Stars, not under 20, not under 17, but the Ghana Black Stars in which the foreign players will respect him. That fact has been established, and that is it. And they are finished. Oh. Because who again? No, the man was honored as a doctor with all these spiritual churches, went to a church for all those things, and now they are telling us that the players don't respect him. In fact, when the players started beating people, who did they beat first?
Management members.
So the management members too. Do we have to sack all of them because we are going to?
Let me promise you, they are going to dissolve the management committee as well.
Not only the management committee and the whole technical team.
Yeah, the technical team. I hear the only person who will remain is Maxwell Kunedu.
Master, nobody should remain there.
They should sack everybody.
Maxwell Kunedu, is he not the second in command for Kwesi Appiah?
He is the second in command.
Don't they consult?
They consult each other
together. So do you want to tell me that they don't respect Kwesi Appiah, but they respect Kunedu? Is that what you are telling me? Then Kunedu sabotage, what do you call it, Kwesi Appiah. Is that what we want to agree or we want to accept? That Kunedu undermined Kwesi Appiah. And when the players were insulting him, he was pushing them to insult him more. So they get rid of him and keep me on the job. Is that what you are telling me?
That is what they've decided. But as you phrased, you also push for non-campaign. Operation sack everybody.
The Ghana people used to say something. If you tell me a story, I have to think about the story before I come to a conclusion of what you have told me. You can't just tell me a story and I carry it and run away and start talking about it. Okay. Because I have brains. So all that is going on. The leadership of the coaches association, I'm surprised that they are quiet, and some few coaches have called me, and I've spoken to some of them. All the leadership of the Ghana Coaches Association, all of them, they have put their phones off. Why? They have put their phones off. Why?
Including James Oyedeji
of your association.
Include James Oyedeji, who is the general secretary.
What did he say?
He is here to talk, so maybe you can monitor him. James Oyedeji, he is here to make any comment on the disgrace that has befallen Ghana.
I know him and I respect his views about issues like this. But the Afranis, the Benkofis, what do you call him? The Addis, the Otiakentes, who were part of this plan, this grand plan.
They are a disgrace.
Huh? What are they saying?
They have not said anything. They've kept quiet.
Why can't they talk?
Because it's only Willie Kuche who has the boldness
the big mouth to talk. You see, the reason why I'm talking, I'm talking because of Black Stars. Because, you see, we have come this far with foreign coaches and the way they behave like our foreign coaches.
Let me cut you short. But you, I mean, the 2-year spell of Kwesi Appiah, was he a good technical person, or with his tactics? You are a technical director. Let's
put the records down.
Okay.
Until we went to Brazil, Kwesi Appiah a bad coach. Tony, you follow them everywhere. Until we went to Brazil, was he a bad coach?
He wasn't a bad coach.
So, what happened in Brazil, is it the fault of Kwesi Appiah alone? In fact, when the players started misbehaving and they were beating people and talking the way they are talking, did they start from Kwesi Appiah?
No, it was management members.
They asked them what do they want here. They asked them what is their job here in the Brazil. Even His Excellency the President want to talk to them, they didn't even respect him. They were talking that if he is coming to talk, he should talk about money and stop talking because they are interested in the money. Is it Kwesi Appiah's fault? No. If the management members, were they not there?
They were there.
They started misbehaving. Is it not them they started picking first?
Yeah.
So why could Kwesi Appiah be sacrificed for all these things that he has lost the backroom stuff? Who are those backroom people? Including the management meeting, management committee members. Some of these things, we don't think through it properly.
Okay.
But if people, Ghanaians especially, some of Ghanaians, if they don't like you, look, you can be crowned the Miss Ghana or Mr. Ghana. If they don't like you, they don't like you. They just want to get rid of you and get their way through. So, this is the way I see it. You see, there was something that Kwesi Appiah don't play any tactics. When we won, they threatened that when he loses this game in Togo, they are going to sack him. And the guy won. They say it's not the coach, it's the players. Who selected the players to go and play the ball? Who was commanding the players on the field? Is it the players themselves? They said, where are you? Look, it's not only in this country. When you watch even the World Cup, when it gets to a certain time of the game, most of the players get up from their seats and they stand almost close to the coach and they just push the team, encourage the team, push them on to finish the game because they want the win. They haven't seen this thing before in international matches. People don't just have to be going onto the internet and thinking that they know football. Okay. Football, you have to experience it like the way we are experiencing life. Yeah. You have to know how things are being done on the football field. But if you don't like the person, you try and create something and put that in people's eyes and say the coach is no good.
Okay.
There's no perfect coach in this world.
So, for Philly, you have one message that if Kwesi is going, then everybody should also go.
That is it.
That is it.
It's not Kwesi Appiah alone who caused the mess.
But some people are reading some political meanings into it. I don't know whether.
That's why I'm telling the minister to keep quiet.
Okay.
He shouldn't make any statement apart from what he has said. He should keep himself out of this thing. Because the people are saying that he is the one who said they should sack the man. If you don't know, I'm telling you. And you Tony, you know.
Formally, the document, I always have documents here. The documents that have been sent to me now by my sources, which I can't disclose, is that Ayariga told them that I don't want this man, and Kwesi Nyantakyi agreed to it.
So, Tony.
Who sacked? So formally, who sacked who?
So I'm asking. So now is Ayariga who is representing the government who is sacking Kwesi Appiah?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Kwesi Nyantakyi could have disagreed with Ayariga, but he agreed to it.
What is happening now? What do you call it? Nyantakyi, we also have his headache, and he's talking about how to cure his headache. So if the minister wants to do what you call it, Nyantakyi's job for him, when the consequences come, he should be prepared to face it.
Okay.
Because if the documents you are holding is a fact, then what you are talking about, political interference, then is coming into this game. And is it good for him and his party? For them to say that Kwesi Appiah, let me put it, I'm just saying something by the way. MPP people brought Kwesi Appiah.
It is true. I didn't even want to go there. But the story is that he was brought.
Talk about politics now.
Yeah, he was brought by.
Are you not in this country?
Since you've gone there,
people are asking which color of the painting is this.
Before you go, you've touched on the political ground, and let me give you my inside sources saying that it is reported that They believe that President Kufuor brought Kwesi Nyantechi and he was backed by Otumfuo, and therefore, Kwesi Appiah, and therefore, as you just said, this is where the angle is also coming from now. And also, GMPC, headline sponsor, also influenced. That is what we have. The reports that we are getting, that is what, so it's all about government, something.
So, Tony, I beg you, with all due respect,
Right.
am I not right
You are right.
advise the minister
Yeah.
to shut up?
Okay.
To tell himself, look, I told Elvis about this whole. And you see what has happened to him? I'm telling this minister again.
Are you told?
He's the minister for youth and sports. He should concentrate on all the sports and stop following football. Because look, I was working with E.T. Mensah at the ministry way back. Master, I know what I'm talking about. He should go and ask his colleagues. He should ask Neil and Tebandapoy. He should ask Adekoka. He should ask Adisako. He should ask Alajirat. He should ask Mr. Pini. He should ask Abdullahi. I work with them in the ministry and I know what I'm talking about. When you are a minister and you come and you don't know how to control your mouth around football in this country, you are gone.
Okay,
you shouldn't draw some things.
Finally, we don't have much time. I will come to you immediately after the show to pick your thoughts and maybe present it officially to the minister that he should shut up or he also face the consequences.
Because the system is saying that who is the one who is sacking the coach.
Okay.
And I want to ask.
Okay, so
is that not interference?
Okay.
If it is not interference, then whatever the government will tell them to do,
okay,
they should be prepared to do it.
Okay. Well, after 10, we'll be with you. Before we leave, somebody says that I should ask you whether you know any 63 player by name Ben Adasi Fofie.
I know. I don't know, but I've heard of him.
Yes, I can answer.
He is not part of the names, but he played in 63 and he's in a wheelchair. I hear he's not been paid.
That one, he should ask his colleagues because the committee was formed and I didn't represent the 63 group.
Okay.
Okay. So you should contact them.
So
and
maybe
why.
James Oyedeji will speak to that and maybe later we'll get back to you so we know where.
I was not part of that 63.
Oh, you are part of 78.
78 and 82.
Okay.
If you ask me any question about those groups, I'll be in the position to say something. But 65, 63, their generation, their representatives were people who confirmed the list that they were part of the team. So they have to answer that question.
Really, thank you very much and thanks for having time for us this morning. And this is where the revelations always come. Every Saturday morning, hey, our friends in Aflao, hey, Ochimai, Richmond, everybody who is watching and all those who gave us that welcome in Aflao. And they gave Opare Bazooka and all rest all gave us gifts for James and Opare. And welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Opare, are you surprised? The man said he never told anybody that he needed a technical advisor.
Well, Tony, good morning once again. Tony, I remember...
I reported that before the Togo game, Kwesi Appiah will be sacked. And I was expecting Sanidara to come and deny. Yes. And so far, when the man sacking issue came, executive committee members came on radio saying they didn't know.
Yes.
Okay, so where do we get information from?
That's the problem, Tony.
I mean, are we doing good? I mean, sometimes I even wonder, James, you get an information from an authentic source, which you can't disclose, you put it out there, people who are close to the thing come up and deny.
Yes, Tony, the issue is that I was listening to Asempa yesterday, right? Then Madam J was having an interview with George Freye. I was listening with my brother, and then all the answers that were coming from George Freye were directed to the issue that nothing of that sort had taken place. So my brother asked me where I thought that issue of Kwesi Appiah had been sacked was coming from. Was it right? I told him that I know all of these FA guys. They are all lying. If you give me up to the close of the day, it will be confirmed. Yes. You understand?
I mean, somebody, there's a text with Tony, Kwesi Appiah's sacking was a plan for Chop Chop. Why is Sanida not talking now? This is from Tio from Asoidan, who has promised to beat Sani anytime he meets him.
But Tony, you see the angle Willie Kluche was coming from. That is part of what I've been speaking about for the past 2.5 years that Kwesi Appiah had been the coach of the Ghana team. The hypocrisy, the backbiting, that we wouldn't allow him to be successful. You understand? The issue of that black mentality that I don't want to see Tony succeed. I don't want to see Uncle James go ahead of me. You see, so sometimes, Tony, these are the things that will affect our football, that will continue to affect our football. But Kwesi Appiah is also part of the problem.
What did he do wrong?
Tony, when did he decide that he had to come out to tell the rest of the world that he said he didn't need a technical director?
Yeah, because it was baffling and there were insults here and there. He wasn't competent. And
Tony, do you think that if you had brought a certain Mourinho, I'm just using Mourinho as an example, right? Or any white man at all, and the white man had said or had told us that he needed Ben Kofi as the technical director, which of these FA executive members would have opposed to it?
That's another side of the story.
Yes. Right from day one, the man was not firm.
Kwesi Appiah.
Yes. Tony, right from day one, he took so many things for granted. And those things are what are coming back or have come back to haunt him, to push him away. You understand? From player selection, influence. I understand that even his own salary, his take-home pay, there's some influence in it.
Yeah.
You understand?
On paper, it's 38,500, and what comes to him is 20,000.
So, where's the difference?
James, can somebody be taxed as high as
No,
Tony, it is not about tax. And when
it could be related to taxing.
Tony,
Maybe the chartered accountants or the auditors who come that it is taxing.
Tony, that is what they say behind the scenes. But the truth is that when the man questioned it, he was told point blank that, hey, you are not the only man who does this job.
I don't get it. He's the coach, and he deserves the $38,500.
Yes, and it's not given to him.
It's
not given to him.
No.
What comes to him is a reduced amount. Then when the man,
it's like putting maize in a corn mill.
So when the man goes like, well, not me feel say 38,000, 42,000, it's mine. Then the question is, oh, nani akano wa hefa? Ejuma na nyankwa na aye.
But Maxwell is also being paid.
Yes, the issue of a Juma means that there are some other strings attached to it.
It will go through a process.
Those are the ones that are influencing the direction that you have to go.
Certain people.
Yes, those are the ones that are influencing the direction that you as a coach you have to go. And the winning that you are, the progression that you are making, those are the ones that are influencing it. So they think that they also have to make some benefit from it. Tony, so many issues that the gentleman did not speak about. You understand?
Now that is sad.
When Plavi decided to come open to tell the rest of the world that there was too much juju in our camp, we said that, hey, why should you disclose certain things that are meant to be secret in our camp?
Is that a secret?
That is bullshit, Tony. It's a secret. We are playing football. If you want to do juju, he says that there's too much juju that the players are using to harm each other. Instead of you to sit the gentleman down and sit the players down and warn the players, you rather kick the man out for speaking the truth.
No, but it means that this country, nobody wants anybody to speak the truth.
That is why people like Nasamu, they will still be there because they don't want to speak the truth.
Everybody. I think that the operation is that everything from Sabankwe, Maxwell Kunedu, Nasamu, the team doctor, everybody should be scrubbed off. Not Kwesi Appiah alone. When the players were attacking management members, was Kwesi Appiah attacked? Please, I mean, Tony, back to you.
You see,
I don't even understand.
So if you Kwesi Appiah, right, Tony, I also think that I don't know who to blame, who to put this particular blame on, whether to blame Sanidara or whoever speaks for Kwesi Appiah. The issue is that they did not help him managing the way and manner he had to relate to either to the media or the information that had to come out from him. When the issue of Kwarase came, just a few months ago, days ago, right, that he didn't invite Kwarase for the Uganda and the Togo game, everybody heaped that blame on the doorstep of Nasamu. right? Because we all felt, or we all know that because of his comment against Nasamu,
which was obvious,
and that is what went against him. Then Kwesi Appiah decided to take it upon himself to tell the rest of the world that he decided that Kwara State should be dropped because he spoke against Nasamu. You understand? So if you begin to do that, it means that you don't want anybody to tell you the truth. So everybody will come back to you, lying to you, because you want to hear the lies. Those are the ones that are sweet in your mind.
So he shot himself in the foot.
You understand? There are several things that Kwesi Appiah had to come straight to the public.
But it was shocking when he said it. He never even asked for a technical advisor.
Good. Tony.
And I heard Sabankwe also talking somewhere that whether advisor or no advisor, the Black Stars will work. I mean,
I've not heard Saban speak, but
I just had a text message.
I'm very sure that right after the program, I will also call him to find out from him before I make a comment on that direction. You understand? But if indeed he did say that, it's really unfortunate. You understand, Tony? The issue is that there are several things that Kwesi Appiah had to speak to. Okay? But he decided to keep it to himself. And that is where the poor man management issue started from. And that is how come players can tell you that, you coach, sit out. We don't want to have you in this discussion. We want to go to the management people. We want to go and discuss this issue with the management. I said it several times ago that, Tony, if you are a coach, you have to be responsible for all what happens to every single player that plays under you. Whatever you tell a player should be the final thing. Nothing. No. Look, it shouldn't take,
including the money appearance fee.
Tony, it shouldn't take any player to listen to a management member or a board member before the player does something. The bar should stop with you as the head coach. So if you were so tight on the ground, Tony, you told the players that, hey, we have agreed on 85,000. That is what we will be paid. Finish.
If you can't play,
you misbehave, you open the door, gentlemen, outside. You go away.
You can be a Messi.
If you begin to do that, Tony, players will find you very, 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 very difficult to deal with, because they will begin to gossip around you, but that will be the untruth.
Yeah.
That is why people like Alex Ferguson or Mourinho can easily tell players that, look, if you come to my training ground, driving in your own private car, that will be your end. I don't want to see you in this manner of hairstyle, that will be your end, and that will be your end. People like David Beckham, look at their pedigree. People like Yap Stamp, look at their pedigree.
With their money.
You challenge Alex Ferguson on issues that he believes
he will even fly boots against you.
Footballing issues.
I just you quite remember an issue of
walk away. You challenge him, you walk away. The very moment he doesn't care whether you are the Messi.
It boils down to respect for the man.
Tony,
that our own people don't respect us.
It is not about the players, and it is the players got to a certain time that they didn't respect Kwesi Appiah because of the behavior of most of the management members. When there's an issue, the players, whether they listen to Kwesi Appiah or they don't listen to him, he says his part of the story to them. They go behind him to listen to the management members, and they do as the management members have told them. So they disregard Kwesi Appiah. Unfortunate incident, Tony. It is too unfortunate. Well, you understand?
If it were to be a white person,
Tony, Jesus Christ. Why should it take the management of the Black Stars to suspend Sule Muntari and Kevin Boateng, and not the decision from the head coach himself? I am the coach. You have an argument with me at the training ground. You misbehave. I speak, you speak back. Hey, gentleman, finish. Off. I tell the management that this is what I have done. Whether you support it, you don't support it, this is what I have done.
But it's not possible.
So, those are the strengths. When did they?
There is an immigration officer by the name of Chimai. He says he likes you so much.
Good morning to him. Tony, when did they? His brother, Kevin, decided not to play for the national team again. It didn't take the effort of Kwesi Appiah to go and plead. Right? Even though he wanted them back. Kwesi Appiah never said whether he wanted them or he didn't want them. It took the effort of the FA president himself to go and speak to Kevin. Had personal agreement with Kevin that when Kevin flew into the national team camp, he wanted to see those personal agreements being implemented, and they were not implemented. That is where the problem started from. You understand? But I am telling you that if had it been that Kwesi Appiah himself had gone in there straightforward to speak to Kevin. You go, you have that understanding with him, right? When you come, you live under his rule. But in the first place, Tony, why did we go begging?
For Kevin?
Yes, why did we go begging? Kevin to come and play. Why did we go begging Dede to come and play?
I mean, at that time, the president have an interview says that they were the best then. So
no, my issue is that why did we? You don't just beg.
We need them.
No, Tony. I cannot easily wake up one bright morning and start begging you. For what reason? There should be a reason for me to beg.
They had raised issues about the way the Black Stars was managed.
Yes.
2010 World Cup, Kevin in particular,
yes.
in terms of transportation, per diem, the number of people in camp, he raised all these issues.
2010, did it stop in Brazil?
No, it was
the
even
same
worse.
thing, the same mess in the national team.
It was worse.
Yes.
Our hotel was like a market center.
So was it wrong for the players to have spoken about it, that this is not a well professional managed issue? So we had to speak about it. We only went there, spoke to the players, they came back, the same thing happened again. Tony, it took the effort of Kwesi Appiah, right, to go and monitor Olele, the goalkeepers. Whilst the goalkeepers trainer was here enjoying himself.
That's
yes. So who does what?
He should be sacked immediately.
I don't even know why we are still entertaining him.
No, I think the backroom staff should be scrapped off. I mean,
Tony, I don't know why Nasamu in particular, why we are entertaining him.
If Kwesi is going, I hear Maxwell will be kept, but Willie says everybody should leave.
Tony, so where is that decision coming from?
Congress.
That Kwesi Appiah should leave.
Yeah.
What is the reason? Everything you do, there's a reason behind it.
The thing that,
what is the reason?
I mean, tactically, he had failed. I mean, with so many, what happened in 2012 Nations Cup, 2013, World Cup, first round, it was abysmal.
Tony, you see, it is rather unfortunate. Kwesi Appiah was given the task to go and win the last Nations Cup. He was not able to do that. He was given the task to get to the semi-finals of the World Cup. He was not able to do that. Right? What is the task of the FA or the management committee members themselves? Have they been able to achieve their own set objectives?
Right now, they are handling booking of hotels. When we went to Togo, I was shocked.
Tony, you see, I think personally that Kwesi Appiah didn't do any good to himself. He kept so many things to himself too much.
We'll come to that. So you think that, but let me get to James. We'll look at the repercussion, the monies that we are going to cough up. Why? Because of the extension, there's going to be a judgment debt, and I think that it's around 800 and something. But they are forcing the man to take.
Tony, but you see, let me say something before I forget that. What Willie Kuliche said that he doesn't think any local coach can handle the Black Stars again. Now, right, Tony? I am sure if Willie Kuliche is listening, right, it is because of the same strengths that I spoke to him last week about. But I can promise you that, Tony, the only person everybody should read my lips, David Duncan.
I think that
handle the
Black Stars
team
easy.
Perfectly
I'm telling you,
he will manage every single player.
He's a man of no nonsense, and I think that
is why they will not give to
David Duncan.
Because he will not tolerate your nonsense.
I mean, the man is a graduate.
He will not tolerate the nonsense of some.
And he doesn't believe in money and those is.
Christ.
David Duncan. I think that if a black man will handle the Black Stars is David Duncan, who will put everybody in his right seat. He doesn't mind what happens.
So, Tony, does it also mean that the technical committee, the FA technical...
They'll still be there?
Doing what? You were supposed to advise the man. So the advice you gave to him, that's why he implemented. So it means your advice is bogus. So
we need to sack all of them.
It means you have to go.
Okay, James.
Sorry.
Opera is taking all the time. But Willie is complaining that all the association members, immediately after this thing, we didn't hear from you, James.
Oh yes, if I want to issue a statement on Monday.
Okay.
Isn't
it too late?
Oh, it's better late
than never.
Okay. I want to issue a statement on Monday. All the coaches or members of the Ghana Soccer Coaches and potential members, including you, should come for a meeting at the Nasi Jemfi's house. You understand? We are going to address this issue once and for all.
How?
Yes. Policy statement. The Black Star coaching job, the head coach, should he be a Ghanaian or a non-Ghanaian? Let's get that one fact straight. Because in 1962, Kwame Nkrumah said the Ghanaians should take over the Black Star coaching.
I'm not cutting in, James, 1 minute. Okay. I know that is part of the NDC manifesto.
I've not read that.
Yes, that's the national team coach should be a Ghanaian.
Hey, then why are we now going to Serbia and all those places? Tony, this is a very serious case because we have talked about it. I was with Ben Kofi on your program.
So that should be the yardstick.
No, that should be the first. No, you see, in life you have
the handling of the Black Stars coach should be a black man.
Should be a Ghanaian, not only a black man.
Okay, Ghanaian.
A Ghanaian.
Okay.
Because that was the policy of Kwame Nkrumah in 1962.
I think that maybe after the commission we could implement that. I mean, it could be.
No, we have to implement it. Now, why do we wait for the commission? The commission is to investigate the shambolic performance of the Black Star. It's not part of the national policy. Or is it part of the national policy?
No.
So I think that that's the end of the matter. We will hold a meeting. Everybody will bring his mind. As usual, I will take down notes. And then we issue a policy statement to the government. Not to the GFA now, but to the Minister of Youth and Sports.
Okay.
That the coach of the Ghana Black Stars should be a Ghanaian of high standing, or they call it good standing. Yeah. Yes. There are many people. I was speaking to all of them. They were all shying away.
But James, you and I know that the Ghanaian cannot work when there are strings attached to it.
Okay, so now we have cleared the policy. So the policy has gone. Now, what are the constraints? You are talking of constraints.
Yeah.
Opari, all along this argument, you have been talking about the constraints, the difficulties. And so, how do we solve the constraints? It's not the policy. The policy is that the person should be a Ghanaian. So now we come. How much should he be paid?
Okay.
Then we can quickly make it that it should be paid the salary of the, what do you call it, the deputy minister or the minister.
Or a civil servant.
Or a civil servant, a high level chief director, yes. Then he'll be given a car, what do you call it, housemaid, all those amenities. Then 2, he should stay among the people, not in the hotel. Do you remember this article view? When he competed with Claude Roy, he said he would still stay in his house on Carnation. Yeah. Not to go and stay at Palm Beach or something. So when we do address all this, we continue to, fella will say perambulating, we just be dancing around the issue. So I think that is what should happen. So I will draft the letter, I'll give it to Coach Ade or CKJF to sign, then I'll submit.
But the consequences, we've terminated a 2-year contract. And we are supposed to pay 4 months, which is not true. Because he has disagreed to the 4 months, because his lawyers have disagreed, because immediately after the World Cup there was an extension, which you denied. You said it wasn't true. He called after the program and said he had signed a contract. And so why do they want to pay him 4 months?
Are you listening to me?
I'm listening.
It's me, I'm a very straightforward person. He didn't sign a contract. But he knows what happened. He was given the contract to go and study. Please, deny or
but James, the man called after the program saying
then when he called Kingsley came here, I said, Kingsley, let me talk to him that the secretary wants to, what I'm doing is in his favor. Why do you now go around saying that you have signed a contract when the contract is not signed? You were told, I don't want to call him sir, you were told, Opari, that they gave him the contract to go and study.
There was no signed contract.
Why don't you talk?
Tony, the truth about Kwesi Appiah's issue of the contract is that the document was given to the executive committee members. That is the contract of Kwesi Appiah. To go and study and come back with their own recommendations. You understand? But the document, right, the agreement, the contract agreement, right, unknowingly to the executive members, was agreed upon between Kwesi Appiah and the FA president. Yes. So, whilst they were studying the document to come back with recommendations before the contract would be signed, there had been a personal agreement already.
So signed or unsigned?
Yes.
So Kwesi,
it was signed just like the 3 of us sit here, right? We all come out with a proposal that the 2 guys here will also have to study it. Then after that, we all sit on a round table. Then we discuss the way forward before it is signed. Then hurriedly, you call James to come and tell him that the rest of us, don't just sign the thing and let's go on. So it is agreed between the 2 of you, but unknowingly to the rest of us.
Yeah, they said it. The executive committee
said it. But at the final moment, when they realized it, the thing had already been signed. So even the executive committee members,
They didn't know.
They didn't know. They disagreed with it. So you cannot refer to that as a binding contract because that should not be the procedure. But the man has every right.
So what was the motive for Kwesi Nyantechi to sign a secret agreement with him?
Tony, you remember at that press conference, right, when they returned from the World Cup?
Welcome.
Issues
called for press conference.
Issues that the management members, the executive members did not agree upon before they went for the press conference. Yes, still the FA president sat at a press conference on that day to say that the executive committee members and the management committee members had unanimously agreed that Kwesi was the best to handle the job and that they've given him maximum support. But meanwhile, that had not been the issue with the executive committee members. They had not even discussed that.
It is true. Because in one school, they say, Kwesi says, but the executive committee said they don't have even any idea of the contract, James.
You remember, the contract was given to him even before he went to the World Cup.
Yes.
Yes.
You understand? So, they had to go and study it. But unknowingly to them,
it has been signed.
Good.
You know?
So, the rest of them can call for it that, look, we all have to make an input before it is signed. So if it is signed, we will not recognize this.
So you take
it away. But now, Kwesi Appiah has the advantage.
Yes.
You understand? And he has to use it to the latter, Tony. He shouldn't agree on anything, 100,000. Everything should be paid to him.
800 something
Yes.
$1,000.
Tony.
Almost $1 million.
Everything, every single thing should be paid to him. Kwesi Appiah should not keep quiet on this. He should take all the 800, close to the $1 million. He should take everything. If he doesn't have a lawyer, Tony, I voluntarily give him a lawyer to go and take all the money for him.
Or would that money come to you? Because
Tony, I don't want it. For the misbehavior of the FA, Kwesi Appiah should take all the money.
But maybe Nyantechi knows
Kwesi,
what is in there.
The mess has been caused, so you have been sacrificed. So don't keep quiet on this issue again.
But the one who extended the contract maybe has an interest.
Tony, right from day one, Kwesi Appiah knows that his contract, there had been strings attached to it. That is why he's not enjoying the full salary. That is why so much is being taken away, and yet still he cannot speak about it because he's been told that.
But since he's been sacked now, you expose everybody.
Tony, you have to expose everybody, but the exposure will come rather very late. But we still need that exposure. He has to expose everybody. Just like the World Cup, FIFA said we shouldn't go into this. The FA said we shouldn't do it. We said we wanted it. I told you here on this good platform that what I am looking for is that when we realize that Uncle James embezzled £20 million from the World Cup money, we tell Uncle James that thank you very much, but we won't do anything to you.
To you, we know who you are. We will know who you are. So if you don't know shame, you stay.
Yes, you are untouchable.
That is it.
Now let me go back to the earlier beginnings. At the coaches association meeting, it was agreed that any Ghanaian coach who signs a contract should drop a copy with Nana Sikejimfi. Oh,
I'm sure they don't even do it.
No, they don't. I not even cited it.
But you are the secretary, so
I said
you're also being irresponsible.
Oh, so you have
to.
No, James,
you have to be proactive.
But when you face justice, you will tell you.
Yes,
James, it was an irresponsibility on your side.
But Tony, you know, I'm a panelist.
Okay.
And then they said that you can buy tickets if you don't want to see the money. Tickets the monetary value. But let's know the terms of the contract. Like this case, it's a very simple case. We just give it to Fabian or one of the lawyers, or somebody, to just prosecute it. Simple. And just, this is a 2-year contract. My money is almost $1 million. Pay me. In how many installments? That's the best the court can do. Maybe you pay in installmental basis. You understand? But not that you just ask the man to go away. When the man has just won a crucial match in Togo, that is one of the most difficult matches I've ever watched. Score, then they equalize with Adebayo attacking. Oh, the boys did very well.
But James, that was there. Tactically, nothing works for us.
let me go. Kwesi Appiah won 12 matches for Blaster, lost 10 and drew 5. His negativity on this performance is that he didn't beat any big nation. Yes, that's number one. Number two, I'm looking at his scores. It was only his time that we started scoring like 7, 3, 5, or the Serbians that they are bringing. How many goals were they scoring?
1.
1. I think we have lost direction as to who should be the Ghanaian blaster coach. I've finished.
James Oyedeji says he has finished.
But you see, Tony, that's why I'm also saying that we should also blame Kwesi Appiah for being part of all of this. How can you tell the rest of the world that Kwadwo Asamoah is a left-back player? You understand? If you say that,
I don't think the blame should also be for the technical group, Ben Kofi, Samade. I mean,
Tony, that is why when the issue came up that we're going to look for a technical advisor, I asked the purpose of those guys with all respect. Samade, Ben Kofi, Ika Frani, Otia Kente. Tony, every time when I sit here or when I say everywhere that the game has overgrown their level of thinking, it is not an insult. Nobody should take it as an insult. You can know the game, but Tony, there are minor techniques, right? That the FIFA technical committee, the coaches are introducing. You can know them as well, but how to implement them becomes the problem. So if you are not able to implement them very well, then it means that we have a problem. Because unless they tell us that Kwesi Appiah never took any advice from them, right? Or he ignored everything he told them. It got to a time that, Tony, I was asking myself that, does Kwesi Appiah consult Maswe Kunedu? I know the pedigree of Maswe Kunedu, Tony. I know him rather too well than Kwesi Appiah. You understand? In terms of the coach, yes,
experience with
I know him very, very, very well. Right? From his days, secondary school, went to the same secondary. Tony. So I asked myself that, why is it that when Maswell is given a team to handle, everything seems to be going on well for him? Why can't he import that same technical knowledge to help Kwesi Appiah so that they meet halfway so that they'll be successful? Because the reason is that Maswell will not probably commit some of the minor errors that Kwesi Appiah commits. So if you consult each other, right, and you accept my proposal, it means that we shouldn't be going into those minor areas. So if we are still having those problems, then it means that there's something wrong somewhere, and I don't understand. You see, and nobody wants to say anything to that.
Tony,
because
do you know what is baffling me?
No.
Sorry to interrupt. When Mr. Francis Otiakenti came out to say that the coach Kwesi Appiah demanded for a technical advisor, and Graphic carried it front page. Then you now come back to say that it is not true.
So you see, what is happening?
So is Francis Otiakenti lying to the whole nation?
So is Kwesi Appiah also lying to us?
That is very difficult to talk.
It wasn't Otiakenti alone. I think Fred Papa also said it.
Said it, that the man demanded
he demanded for it.
And he said he never asked for any technical advisor.
Yes. So who is telling us the truth? The same issue you have been sacked. Executive committee member says that it is not true.
I was waiting for Sunny Down to come out because I put the story out there, waiting for Sunny to just say it is not true.
But eventually, it became true. And now the same people who said it wasn't true are now trying to go through a slim margin hole somewhere to say that when that decision was taken, they were out of the meeting.
And they're taking us for jokes.
Tony, it is because we are not questioning them. It is because some people are aligning themselves too much to them that the little that they gain, they don't want to question your competence, your level of management. And if we don't do that, they will continue to take us for granted.
For the taxpayers' money to go down the drain.
That is the problem.
For you to use the taxpayers' money, you don't want us to question you.
So, Tony, if it is true that the minister did say that he doesn't like Kwesi Appiah, and the FA chairman also agreed to it, like Bulik Richie said, I don't blame the FA chairman. Tony, he's fighting for his own position. He wants to cement his own position. So if I have to sacrifice James for me to continue here, I'll sacrifice James. The Bible didn't say we should love your neighbor more than yourself. That is it.
Yeah, but I think that James, the political angle, that is where I'm not comfortable.
But Tony, you see, let's forget about the political
angle.
Has the man been able to do the job as we wanted from him?
That is another question.
Let's forget about the political area.
Let me look at the political area.
Okay, quick.
You see, nation, or state and sports, they are intermingling.
Interchangeable.
No, they are together.
There's an intercourse.
Yes.
Intertwined.
Intertwined, yes.
Okay.
Or let me go to biological way. The umbilical cord cannot be severed. It's permanent. You know umbilical cord.
Yeah.
Every government that has put a lot of resources into development of sports has gained what I describe here as unquantifiable glory. Or you can't quantify the glory. So government will continue to interfere. But what we are saying is that give a lot of leverage to the executive committee. They are in charge. By our constitution, the executive committee is to manage football. Am I right? The GF executive committee. Yeah. So if the executive committee come out to say that they have not sacked Kwesi Appiah, then that's what we should take. Or is that not what they are saying?
They say they are not sacking, but they are the same people who are proposing.
Oh, I'm not talking of individual views. Has the executive committee issued a statement? Which may have not signed.
Yes.
That it has been.
They've issued.
Yes. I heard Sunny speak on Metro TV yesterday in the
saying that.
I think he was speaking to. I've forgotten the gentleman's name.
No, not
Yam
Johnny.
No, not Johnny.
Prince Anna.
Prince Anna. Yes, Prince Anna. He was confirming to him that yes, Kwesi Appiah has been sacked, and that the position of the Black Stars coach is now vacant. And that within a matter of 1 week, they will invite applicants. And they will make sure that a coach is appointed before Ghana's next game.
It's just formalities. Because
yes.
the man
is there already, Tony.
So
it's the same thing I was telling my brother that what will happen now is that Milo will have to reapply.
Okay.
You understand?
Not as a technical advisor.
Not as a technical advisor. Even though he has been accepted as the technical director. And the plan, Tony, you see, this thing,
you always reveal it.
Maybe Uncle James will tell us better. I know from 82, confusion. Who's the technical director? Who's the head coach?
Oh, that matter has been settled.
Okay.
It is awesome now.
Good. Then 91, Starless. Who is the technical director? Who is the coach?
Everybody thinks that it was Otofista who won the Starless 91. But it was Ike.
Our own father, Coach Ade, and Ranos Israel. Burkina 98. Who is the coach? Who is the technical director? Every time we have a local coach, but a technical director comes in a white man. Eventually, he sneaks in as the head coach. Then again, when they were inviting somebody to be a technical director, I said that it will repeat itself. It has repeated itself. They are denying it, but Milo will be appointed as the head coach. Not will be appointed. Milo has been appointed as the head coach.
They will deny. You know, when you come out with a story, James. I mean, I had calls. I didn't want to pick them because I had broken the news that Milo has been sacked and Kwesi has been sacked. I had reports that immediately after the game in Togo, the man will be sacked. People started questioning. Tony again.
Yes.
Tony again.
Yes.
And I tell them, I can't disclose my sources.
James, I can't disclose my sources. Authority that Milo has been appointed as the national team coach.
James, do you disagree?
I don't.
Yeah, because
I don't.
So what again are they telling us that? They will open the window to invite applicants.
And because
what they will do now is that once they have told the world this is what is going to happen, Milo will have to reapply as the head coach. Then the short list will come. His name will still be there. Then eventually, we have settled on Milo because of A, B, C, and D. It is just a musical chess that they are playing in there. Are you surprised?
I am not.
Yes, they are your people.
Okay. So let's just go. I know the Congress is on, but Edward Fable has placed an injunction on it. But let's see what Kwesi said. The Congress, Kwesi Nyantechi, President.
Yesterday, I had discussions with the lawyer, Mr. Egbert Fable, together with the lawyer for the GFA, Mr. Tadeo Sori, to discuss and find a common ground. Our proposal was that they should allow a compromise whereby the Congress will go on and consider all other businesses before Congress except promotion and demotion involving the Premier Division. So I had that understanding yesterday that it was an agreeable position taken by all the parties. Then this morning, I received messages that the lawyer had made public announcements or statements on radio to the effect that they will not accept a compromise. And in view of the fact that it doesn't appear that there is a clear solution to this issue within this morning, it is the decision of the Executive Committee that today's Congress be adjourned sine die. We will do the necessary consultations. We will offer King Faisal a hearing. We will let the Appeals Committee constitute itself between today and tomorrow, so that King Faisal will be given the chance to present their case.
This morning to mutually part ways. The lawyers of the two parties will meet from next week to decide on a severance package for the coach based on his contract of appointment. We wish to thank him very much for the diligent service he's provided this country for the past 2 years as the coach of the Black Stars, and we wish him every success for the future. Meanwhile, we are opening applications for coaches interested in coaching the Black Stars to apply. They have up until next week, Friday, 5 p.m. to apply for the position.
Hey, Sanida, I mean, the guy, sometimes, I have nothing against him, but when did...
Let me say something.
Okay. Oh, but he said...
If you listen to Sunny carefully, Sunny
yeah.
said, this morning, we have decided to part ways with the coach.
But we had reported earlier.
But it was the same this morning, referring to yesterday in the morning, that the executive committee members said that they were not aware.
Yeah.
That's the same this morning, meaning yesterday in the morning. That Sunny said they had parted ways with the coach.
Mutually.
Yes. So, who did what? That the executive members were not aware.
He couldn't talk about the severance package, but
no,
it is officially...
He mentioned it. Yes, he didn't give the amount, but he said...
Yeah, but officially he said £100,000.
He said based on his contract. So the assumption is that he has a contract.
That is it.
That is it. That is me, my acceptance. I don't... Now, I want to tell Opari something. Those who said hallelujah, hallelujah, are they not the same people who said crucify him?
Yeah.
Huh?
So who is saying hallelujah? Who is saying crucify?
No, I'm talking upside down. The person said executive committee members met this morning and 2 days there this morning. And the same executive members said we have not taken any. The same people. Or are they not the same
Let me quickly go on the phone lines and activate my phone lines, because I'm baffled this morning. It seems that the Ghanaian is not talking, and the few ones who are talking, the likes of Songo, Dan Kukuyebua, Opari, Tony Beverly, James Oyedeji, James is Ochimai, immigration officer, he says that James is.
Comes.
And Bazooka says, hey, Opari, more fire. That's what we don't do fire, we do smoke.
And then we don't insult.
But we don't.
Tell people that we don't insult.
But somebody insults. Nobody insults.
No, we let's talk about
so
this.
So when you say you don't insult, maybe somebody insults.
I said let's talk about that.
So if it is not no, it's what? Yes.
So
if you don't insult, it means what?
Just
say somebody insults.
Just say if it is not positive, it's not negative, it can be neutral.
I remember very well.
That. You can be on the 0 line. Okay, 0302211705, 0302211706. You can also join us. Kwesi Appiah sacking. What does it mean? Is the timing wrong? Are we going to cover over, as Sani just said, severance package of 800 and something, 2 years contract? Going to pay that money? Now the taxpayers' money again. The taxpayers' money. That is my worry. You're paying so much tax and the money is going down the drain. You sign a contract, you terminate a contract, and see the amount that we are going to pay. Who is going to pay the next coach? The amount that we are going to pay. And I think that Milo will not take less than 50,000.
60,000. What is 50,000? Well, is he a small boy?
Let me go to Volta region and speak to Francis. Francis, good morning.
He's a small boy.
Hello, Francis. Good morning.
Good morning.
What do you have
for
Francis?
For this program, I always watch it and I like the contribution your panelists and you as a whole contribute. The issue is that the man needs to be sacked even before the Black Stars returned to the Ghana here. In a sense that he himself, look at the, let me bring this thing on. Let's put the qualification and the set he has, which helped him to be a national coach. Let's put that one aside. In his career, which are the teams? Can you give me the teams Kwesi Appiah coach before taking the Blasters? I'm coming so that I will get the experience wide as that place.
He coached Mine Stars.
Mine Stars. Yeah, I mean those division clubs and this are. Let's put them aside, please. I beg. Let's put them aside. So Kwesi Appiah himself knew very well that he can no coach, but only that he's been bold. It's either you do it try and error.
Oh.
Try and error. You know very well that it's try and error.
But he's the same coach who qualifies to the World Cup.
Excuse me. Ghana's qualification, even David Duncan, those Opele, them who them cannot take the Blaster to this qualification.
Oh, okay.
I was one guy was making a contribution that he has been given a doctor. He played. He's been in Africa. He's a coach who scored most. Ghana's coach. I mean, those things are no record. They are no record. In Ghana's history, those things are no record. So that man needs to be sacked. And it pains me a lot that the GFA president himself is just because it's based on elections and this thing. Like the whole GFA this thing president needs to be default. In fact, okay, but if he has been sacked, that's what we need. But let's hope for the best. Thank you very much.
Okay, Francis is gone. He says that his qualification to the World Cup wasn't in anything. He's saying that any coach could have qualified us to the World Cup. James.
That is where the problem is. You understand? You and I know.
Okay, let me go to Joshua before. Joshua, good morning. We've lost it. Joshua, you can call us again. Sorry for that, Opari.
The truth is that you and I know. And I know Coaches Association Chairman, Secretary, he's also aware. And the people who are aware are also aware that certain things helped the system for Kwesi Appiah to qualify. You understand? So those are the areas that at all times some people want to use that area that helped him to qualify. They want to use it against him because it wasn't all of his effort.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
You understand? Because they believe that they also did put in and they made an input. And without that, they feel that we wouldn't have gotten there if those inputs had not come. So they sit back and say that they pride themselves with the issue that, well, had it not been A, B, and C that some of us had to contribute to, we don't think we would have qualified. That has always been the problem.
Okay, who do I have on the line? Okay, Mutaka, you're calling us from Walawale. Mutaka, what do you have for us?
What I only have is about the sacking of the code.
Okay.
You know, NGC, there are use of judgment debt payment. That is what the minister started.
They are used to judgment debt payment.
Judgment debt. Okay.
Yeah.
So they want to pay more.
Minister decided to sack it, so they didn't pay judgment debt.
Okay.
But the coach is good in my view.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I thank you for whatever you have been doing.
Okay. Opari.
Thank you.
Let me go to Musa from Bimbila. Musa, what do you have for us?
Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, I want to contribute to your program.
You're welcome and go straight.
But hi to Opari for his bold talk on those issues.
Okay.
Kwesi Appiah for Black Stars. Sacking Kwesi Appiah, I would say, is long overdue. Because looking at Kwesi Appiah's tactics, normally when the players are playing, you realize that he has no confidence in himself. And if you have a coach who has no confidence in himself, definitely you have problems in the team. But I want to contribute to this ex-Black Stars players who have been compensated by government.
Yeah.
And it's very good on the part of the government. But this player I always look up to. Sometimes when I see him, I even feel pity being a footballer.
What's
I
his
don't know whether
name?
you've heard of him. He's called Hamza Badamusi.
Which year was he part of the 63, 60, or 65?
Well, I can't tell, but
He has been paid.
For the
No,
Black
no,
Stars
he was
before.
not in the finalists.
Okay.
But he played.
So I want
Okay.
to find out whether
Let me
he's part
talk
of
about
who
it.
they are going to pay.
Oh, okay. Okay, maybe
Thank you
James
very
will
much.
explain why he wasn't part of the paid
Yes, 20
players. But James,
28 people were invited to
for
the
60.
for 65,
okay.
and then they took only 18.
James, let me pay my cost so you explain. Shadrach, good
But did he
morning.
go for the tournament?
Yeah, good morning. And good morning to your panel. Thank you very much for your good work, Dan. I've been monitoring, but it's only unfortunate. I've been calling your line several times, but it doesn't go through.
Okay, sorry.
The sacking of Kwesi Appiah is not bad. But in my view, the committee made a mistake right from Brazil. From Brazil, Kwesi Appiah would have been dismissed after obtaining only 1 point out of 9 points. There, they had a genuine case to sack him. Now, they contracted him again to take us through the qualified series and the Africa Cup of Nations. And now, it has so happened that Ghana is going to pay a huge sum of money to Kwesi Appiah.
That is it.
So this committee, what we see in their own reasoning, what are they doing to the country? Taxpayers' money, farmers' money, it's among us. People doing businesses and dying and paying tax. So what is the idea behind?
I don't know.
So in my view, Kwesi Appiah from day one, we noticed this man could not send us anywhere. But they appointed him. And again gave them the second chance. So why should they sack him at this time and causing a huge loss to the country? And I am very disappointed. This issue has extended to a political sector. Political positional holders interfering. That is very bad to the country. We are pleading that they should reason up if the contract will be given to Kwesi Appiah so that no debt will be on the country. Fine enough. If not, then they should do something about it because we are suffering in this country. The economy is bad, and now people are causing more financial loss to the country.
Yeah.
It is too bad to the country.
Thank you very much, Jamani. It's all about the taxpayers' money. I mean, that is my concern. Let me go to George from Tamale. Takwa, George, good morning. Oh. Kingsley Kofanko, there's a text message for you.
Hello?
Okay, let me go straight and...
Hello?
Yeah, who is on the line?
George.
Oh, George from Takwa.
Yes, please.
Yeah, George, how long have you lived in Takwa?
Oh, for a very long time, about 20 years now.
Did Kwesi Appiah coach my stars?
Yes, some time ago. But
Yeah.
let me talk about what I want to say this morning.
No, we just wanted to clarify that he came for the second. When Afranis returned to my stars for a second season, he joined him just for a short period. We know. So you go
actually,
ahead.
Kwesi Appiah started his football career in this place. It started with Christian Masters.
Masters.
Yes. Yes. What I want to say is that I really enjoy your program so much. Every morning I don't miss it. Every Saturday morning I don't miss it.
Thank you very much.
But I have a problem. You see, let's take Kwesi Appiah's performance. Let's take a proper look at his performance. We shouldn't look at what happened in Brazil alone.
Okay.
I think he did well, very, very well. If we want to look at his records,
Yeah.
if you want to compare his records to what others did, what the experts from those experts, what they did, you will say Kwesi Appiah did very well.
Yeah.
And my worry this morning is that you're trying to bring in politics, and that is what I don't like. It's
that is what.
I think we don't want to go to that
side.
We should allow football to be football. We shouldn't bring in politics. What you said is just speculative. You'll not be able to bring out.
Yeah, that is what I said it earlier.
Yes. There's no evidence to that effect. So we shouldn't go that distance.
Right.
Yeah, I'm happy that Kwesi Appiah will maybe get a new team, a better team, where there will be no pressure on him, because there's so much pressure and Ghanaians don't appreciate anything he does.
Okay.
See, so that is what I want to say.
Okay, James. The man said the politics. I mentioned it.
Oh yeah, that is his view, honest view. But I've also made a very clear statement that you can't divorce government from source.
Let me pick the last caller so that we from Tamale. Hello.
I want to talk about Amusa Badamosi.
Oh, okay. I'm just okay. Amusa Badamosi.
Yes, he was among the 28 players who were invited for camping for the 1965 Cup of Nations. Okay, in Tunisia. Unfortunately, he was not among the 18 that were picked. The irony of that team was that the captain, Rubawa Sinfum, I know I was with him last 2 weeks, was sick in the hospital. So his name was not included in the beneficiaries. Are you getting what I'm saying? Which is a very big omission. And I'm happy Graphic Sports has taken it upon themselves to fight for those who didn't go to the tournament, but were part of the team. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes. To somebody also called now and said Adansi Fofi. Yeah. Adansi was not in the main team, but he was part of the Blaster players. Okay. Who got?
So the money is for those who played in the final.
Yes.
Okay.
So why did Ibrahim Sande enjoy it?
That is another question.
Next week.
He doesn't deserve it because he wasn't part of it, or he was part of any.
You want to
no.
hear? You
are defending
63,
Ibrahim Sande wasn't part of any of that.
James who played in the 63 was he part?
65 was he part? 78
no, we just want to know. You were there. Want to know from you.
78 was he part?
No.
65 was he part?
No.
63 so what?
82 was he part?
It seems that you're all hypocrites. You are all hypocrites, Opari.
The level of hypocrisy is also showing even in the old men.
Opari, let's wrap up.
Tony, it is rather unfortunate that we will have to pay that huge amount of money
just like that
to Kwesi Appiah just because we didn't manage everything very well.
Do you think some mafias were...
it is still in there. You see, the mafia game will still go in there. And Kwesi Appiah himself knows that if he wants to fight without the mafias, it will take him several years for that money to come. You understand?
Okay.
But Tony, my last comment is that whoever comes in as a national team coach, Tony, let that individual understand, including all other national team coaches, that we need a football philosophy as a state. We need a football philosophy,
and the sports bill will come,
and it has to start from the coast to the junior teams to the premier clubs. Then it comes back to the under 17. Then it climbs back 2023. Then it goes. If we do that, we will get to the era that the Germans have gotten to now. That will be very successful.
It took them 10 years.
Yes. It doesn't matter. You understand? Yes. Okay. Then we can get on to win titles.
Okay, James, a quick one. Time is fast spent.
Oh, yes. I want to thank our descending listeners.
Viewers.
Anywhere I pass.
Yeah, well, I mean, in Accra, maybe you don't see them. When we went to Togo, Chile, it was everywhere. I mean, everybody was asking for Opari, James.
No, they like Opari more than me now.
No. Bazooka says he extends his greeting. So there's a text. My only problem for Appiah was he's too timid for the job. He cannot discipline the stubborn players. And James, we'll wrap up so that we go.
Oh yeah, I want to thank. That's what I want to do, and I want us to appoint a Ghanaian.
That is
as a Blaster coach.
So like Ghanaian.
Yes.
Okay, so
because I have said it and I will repeat it. Foreign coaches do not contribute significantly to the growth and development of football in Africa. Finish.
And this is coming from the Catman to Tony, if Kwesi Appiah signed 1-year contract with Appiah, then I think Nyantechi and Sani's money should use to settle not the taxpayers, not the taxpayers' money. I mean, you can call me the taxpayers' money. Because that is it, the taxpayers' money. It's my worry. I don't have any problem. You can get the money anywhere, but the taxpayers' money. Taxpayers' money. Thanks to the production team and those in Tamale, Bolga and Maman, Samuel Atamoke, Swinge, we call him those days in the secondary school. He's also watching the show. And so he tells me that I should tell Konfanko, Kwesi Appiah never coached Kotoko. So it gets down to the record. He coached
which year? He never coached.
He never coached Kotoko.
Maybe he went there to advise or something.
He was a Mindstar player. He came to assist Afrani to coach Mindstar.
Probably before we were born, so let Uncle James answer that.
No, he was not there.
No, but 82 saw Coach Appiah play. 92, sorry.
He was in the 82 squad too.
Yes, but
he was on the bench.
But he dropped.
With Opoku. That team, we should revisit it. Okay. Can we get the tapes and play them back?
Maybe Kinoto will get them for us. So this morning, that is how we drop. But I need to say thanks to everybody in our flower, especially the immigration officers, the SEPS officers, the war coming.
Bazooka.
Bazooka in whole. I mean, the man was nice to us. Ochimai, everybody who received the multimedia team. And I think that we need to send this show one day to Applause Kinoto, put some budget together. And to all my friends in the Volta region, especially Hotu as well, and my hometown, and everybody who is watching this show. And Dumaga himself this morning is also in the village, cooling off. And happy birthday to all the birthday celebrants who are watching this show. Good morning to Creppy. Everybody, I mean, the names will continue. But the Germans will say, Auf Wiedersehen, and it's still the taxpayers' money. I say bye-bye.